the advent like defending.
I think it's like
Oh, allegedly Declan Rice is injured. Do we have an injury crisis on our hands? People, deluded. I'm back again. Smash the like button, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and one love for tuning in. As you know, Arsenal and Spurs in the first North London derby of the season have played out a 4-goal thriller in which it has ended 2-2. Now, it all depends. Spurs could probably count themselves unlucky not to have won, and not got a bit more from the game. Considering the fact that they went behind twice, probably a point gain for Arsenal. It's 2 points drop considering we went in front twice. But also, in my opinion, based on the second half, we're quite fortunate. And those problems that are still in our game in terms of our naive game management and proneness to errors and defensive mishaps, essentially, that were there at crunch time, Anfield away, Liverpool in the Liverpool game. Obviously, they were there against West Ham, and they've been there before. They're actually there against Man United as well, really. It hasn't ended well. Now, cool, winning, losing, and drawing comes with football. If you can't win, don't lose. We just move forward. We've got 1 point more than we had yesterday. Obviously, it's a bitter pill to swallow. City are still the only team that have taken maximum points. And Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, anyone who's in and around the title contending positions earlier in the season, probably scratching their heads at how did they defeat the gargantuan manager of Pep Guardiola and the big bad bullies of City. The only thing to make it worse is injuries. As we know, Trossard missed out due to a knock. We know Partey's not playing a part. We know Jesus has been back and forth with injuries. We know Timber's gone. We know, Zinchenko's got injuries, had injuries. We know Martinelli's picked up something. And Declan Rice now, who apparently when he signed for the club, when you remember during the pre-season times, early season, they sat there and said Declan Rice playing at 80% allegedly. Allegedly, he's got a calf knock. He came on at halftime. Obviously, it's easy to say if Rice came on, he might not have made that mistake that Jorginho did. But what I would say, Jorginho's got to hold himself accountable. He did stupid things, you have to hold yourself. But this is the same player that people were waxing lyrical about Newcastle. People spent weeks waffling about Eddie Nketiah. Now he's suddenly not good enough. Praising Odegaard midweek for the new deal. Now criticizing him. And for what it's worth, I'm not talking about the legitimate criticisms. I'm all for praise and critique fairly. I'm not for attacking a player negatively. I'm not for blowing smoke up players positively. Balanced. If they've done positive things, positive, negative. But the hyper emotional fluctuating opinions week by week with all football fans, specifically to some small sections of Arsenal fans, it is quite jarring. Nonetheless, people, Mikel Arteta, big up Art de Rose as well for the article. Apparently, Mikel Arteta has explained that a back injury forced Declan Rice off at half-time of the North London derby. So some people on Twitter and Sky Sports said it's a calf. These lot are saying it's a back. As we know, it was rather a surprise because I thought Eddie Nketiah and Fabio Vieira would have been the ones to get hooked. But when I saw Rice, I was like, As you know, he's played every minute up until this point. He started 7 of Arsenal's games, played every minute in the Premier League. Arteta said he had some discomfort in his back. He was telling us during the first half that he was uncomfortable. And when we assessed him at halftime, he could not continue. So we had to change him. Replied on how long he'll be out for, whether it's short, medium or long term. Hopefully not. We have to assess him, which is true. It's strange when a player like him always asks us to come off because of he's uncomfortable. Hopefully it's not. So, yeah, as you know, we've got Brentford midweek, which he'd probably be expected to play some part, maybe not starting. And then, obviously, we've got Bournemouth on Sunday, people. And we're 5th level on points with Spurs. They're ahead of us on goal difference. They've scored more. Now, it is concerning, really and truly, with the amount of injuries. I have a lot of great sympathy for the fans being nervous, for the fellow players to a degree, Arteta. But at the same time, I don't. I praise Mikel Arteta for his football, how he's assembled this team. So you've got to live or die by injuries. We haven't got it worse than Man United or Chelsea. Not that I care about their situations. It's only us. Someone's always got it better. Someone's always getting worse. It's football. It's happened in the last 2 years where we missed out on top 4 to Spurs and we finished 5th. When we missed out on the title, a big byproduct was injuries among all the other talking points. You can never be too prepared. I do think we've got an improved squad. But as you've seen, 1, 2, 3, 4, even 10 at this moment, players out. There's issues really, and the games are coming thick and fast. I personally said I think we need another central midfielder, not even isolated to the ongoing left centre mid 8 position that Fabio Vieira and Havertz currently are vying for, and Smith Rowe has the capabilities. You know, defensively, we've got enough to cope. We still got Tomiyasu, but we are missing Timber. We are missing Partey and Rice. Suddenly, our midfield options are, let's be honest, bin juice, really, if Declan Rice and Partey ain't there. With the greatest of respect to all of them, they're like, Jorginho can do a thing, but you know what Jorginho can and can't do. And then they can do a thing, obviously, evident limitations. Then, you know, the Fabio Vieiras, the Smith Rowes, the Havertz, they're not pure centre mids per se. So it seems like we've got an injury crisis, but we're just gonna have to get on with it. It's a bitter pill to swallow. You know, it breaks my heart. You know, Declan Rice didn't really pick up any injuries at West Ham. Joins Arsenal, back injury. Timber had to have got his first. His life is cruel, you know. He got his first lengthy injury, and injuries happen to all footballers. 50 minutes into his first Premier League game. Thomas Partey, it's a given every season. He's going to be missing some. Martinelli is probably a byproduct of playing all the time. In relation to Trossard, no idea. I don't know what Mikel Arteta has or hasn't said regarding that, but I'm keen to obviously look at it. We're missing all these players, and as we know, with the packed fixture schedule now, we've got the Champions League, the Premier is obviously there, the League Cup comes into play. Somehow, some way, we've got to make it from now to the end of the year, coming out of January still with something, but I hope we act in the market, really. I think this game against Spurs also showed maybe if we could get a clinical striker, we could have ran away with stuff. But yeah, people, check out the other videos. Let me know your thoughts on everything we've discussed and the ongoing somewhat injury crisis. Does it make you nervous? Do you think we have enough? Let me know your thoughts on the North London derby. Check out my other videos for more extended thoughts on such. Most importantly, stay safe, stay blessed. One love.
There's always that active red light, defending.
I think it's like